Hello guys, in the last videos we learned how to evaluate statements if they are true or false with booleans and also to chain them by AND or OR signs. And today finally we teach our program to think. And for this we generate a variable. This variable we just call x, and x is 5. And then we want to evaluate it. And for this we can use an if statement. We write here simply if. And if here is written a true, then we will go in. And here we say print line. And we say here just for showing this is true. And as we have learned it already from functions, we write here in the end. And if we run this by Julia if sessions.jl, then we get here printed this is true. This here is just marked as wrong because it's not necessary, because when it's always true, what is the value here of this if? So, but now we can also make a statement. We can say if x equal 5, then we should print here x is 5. Then we see it gets printed here. Otherwise, we say here if we make x 6, then it will not go in. I make it a bit larger for you that you can see it here. A bit too large maybe, like this. And if we make here again, then it does nothing because it just skips it. So what else can we do with this? And here we can not only write one assignment, we can also write more than one. So we can write here, for example, print line, job done. So this will also be printed if our evaluation is true. So we have x is 5 and job done here. So of course we can use here all statements to evaluate it. And sometimes we want to have two ways. We want to go the left way or the right way. And for this we can make here an else statement. We just write here else. And that means if this here is not true, then it will fulfill this here. So print line, and we write in here x is not 5. So if we run this, then x is 5, job done, because it's right. If we make here 6 for x, then we have here x is not 5. So our program learns to think and learns to make decisions. Also, we can have more than two ways. We can also have three ways, for example, we have a decision. For this, we write here an else if, and then we can have here another condition. We make here x is 6, and then we write in here we print line, and let's print x is 6, otherwise x is not 5 and not 6. So if we run this, then we get here printed x is 6. So we can easily build a really complex logic, and mainly all programs are based on this. One more thing maybe for the end is we can also nest it. So what does this mean? We say if x is 6, then we can check here another condition. We can just write here again, if y is 5, for example, then this goes one in. Of course, we need here also an end. And then we can make here our second variable, y is 5, and x is 6, and y is 5. So it checks both conditions. We have here a mistake. What is it saying? Y not defined. Oh yeah, here, one equal sign too much. And now we got the result. If our y would be 4, then it would go in here. we just say here once print line first condition is true, and then we get here this is true, but it doesn't go in here, so we don't get this command out. And this we can nest here, or of course we can also use our logical operators. For example, we can write here end y is 5. So this just helps us a bit to save some space, so makes it easier to read. Yeah. And then if we run this, we go also in here and have here our condition. And that is really what you have to know about conditions. That was a really easy example, but we discussed already the statements before, what you can evaluate in Julia. And you mainly can evaluate everything, because what if is doing is just looking if here the statement is true or false. And with these, all complex programs are built, and that are really the basics of it. If you have questions, please put it in the comments. It's really important that you understand this lecture. Don't forget to subscribe my channel so that you don't miss the next video, and be curious and try to play around as much as possible. And I'm looking forward to the next lesson with you together. So see you. Bye.